Reinstall the modified battery tray. Push it down as far as possible. Install the radiator overflow tank bracket. Slide the tank into place. Attach the bracket to the fender. And torque by hand. Install both batteries. And put some cardboard on top to give you an idea of just how high they are. Close the lid carefully. Looking, checking, looking. With the hood release tripped, try the hood. Look for indentations made by the battery. Try the hood again. Woohoo! No sparks. Well, that's a little too close for me. Remove the batteries. I was able to move the battery tray down on the outboard side using a little force. As you can see, I got about 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch. Put all the wire ends on the batteries. This will increase the height of the wing nuts. More cardboard. I did a little impromptu body work for good measure, and I like bending metal. Try some smaller pieces of cardboard, just to make sure. I moved the hood stops up about 1/2 inch. These black wires will need to have terminals put on them. Measure very carefully the new wire, and remember, measure twice, cut once. Cut and strip. It's a little harder than it looks. Test fit the ends. Looks like they fit pretty good. Set up the terminal between 2 blocks of wood in a vise. I started using electrical solder, but ended up using silver solder and paste flux from my plumbing kit. Be sure to use plenty of flux. Heat until the solder in the cup is liquid and carefully push the wire into the connector. This is where you can get hurt. Use appropriate precautions when dealing with molten metal. Beat the stubborn strain relief onto the lead that goes to the starter. I used 2 layers of heat shrink because I got a bunch. First inner layer is black, enough to cover the wire 1 inch and the connector to the hole. The end with a bent connector goes to the starter. Don't bend it till you've finished the heat shrink. And a second layer of red to identify it as a hot wire. Put the cheesy plastic back on for wear resistance. Clean or not, trim off any excess. Make up the cable that connects the 2 batteries. Put the cheesy plastic back on. Trim off any excess. The driver's side ground connector on the front of the block is 1/2 inch ID, so a little filing and you have it. A quick view of the end result. A little extra clearance before and after. Reattach the fuel shutoff solenoid. So, I added 3 ground wires from the batteries to the frame and fender, and am fashioning battery tie downs. Hope this helps.